Hey guys, welcome back to Marks on Mania. I'm Jason Smith. Now, WrestleMania 16, or as it's more commonly known, WrestleMania 2000, is a unique Mania because it put a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of guys like Triple H, The Rock, Mankind, Mick Foley, and even Big Show. Because at the time, Steve Austin was out with an injury, and Undertaker as well was out with an injury. But before I get into all of that, let me give you some stats on the event. April 2nd, 2000, from the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. Total attendance was 18,034. The tagline for the event was actually WrestleMania all day long. And if you're not familiar with why it was this, at the time, they were offering a special deal where not only did you paid, I think, $50, but not only did you get the event itself, you've got 8 hours prior to the start of the event, a highlight compilation of matches and background story on the WrestleManias leading up to that point. So as a kid who would, save his money each week just to buy one VHS, this was awesome because for $50 you got every WrestleMania up to that point. So I know I would definitely participate. I still have the tape in my collection. It's still a frequent watcher, but this was a really cool thing. But getting more into the matches itself that happened at the event, it's strange to me because this is one of the few WrestleManias that there really isn't any particular single matches. There are a lot of tag matches and three ways and unique scenarios where there's no one-on-one matchups. But let's see, you had a lot of strange tag matches like Boss Man and Bold Buchanan versus Godfather and D'Lo Brown. It opened the show. It was cool because they had Ice-T come out and sing Godfather's theme. Not the greatest match, but it was still fun. Let's see. You also had the Hardcore Battle Royal, which is pretty cool for the time, but they actually botched the ending because I guess somewhere along the line, the clock that was keeping everything in line and the referee became unsynced, and they kind of fucked up the ending. And Crash Holly was supposed to win, but at the last minute, they had to go with Hardcore Holly because the referee had to make the count. So just one of those fun little factoids for you. You also had TNA, Test and Albert, not total nonstop action, versus Head Cheese, which was Al Snow and Steve Blackman. Again, nothing crazy. They had some gimmicky mascot dressed up as a cheese. You wonder why stuff like this happens when there's no Vince Russo around and it's all Vince McMahon's creative humor. Anyways, the fun thing I remember is somewhere along the line, the audio for the commentators got messed up, and you can hear JR and Jim Ross fumbling around trying to fix it. You also had Terry Reynolds versus the Cat. Again, nothing special here. I mean, yeah, they show a little skin, but at the end of the day, it was more of a waste of time. Too Cool and China against the Radicals, which it's cool looking back at, but there's nothing overly special here. You also had the 2 out of 3 falls, it was 2 out of 3 falls. Triple threat match for the European and Intercontinental title, where Kurt Angle walked in, both champions, and left with nothing without getting pinned. Kind of a cool way to do something. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Triangle Ladder match, which is an amazing thing to even watch now. You had Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and the Hardy Boys, all guys who, a lot of them rose to World Heavyweight title reigns and stuff like that. So just to look back and see where they went and how they did it, and in a phenomenal match that, set the that was the match of the night if you were looking for something entertaining to watch. Rikishi and Kane versus X-Pac and Road Dogg. Again, just another tag match. This card had way too many tag matches. You did have the fun appearance by Pete Rose again, which is a nice callback to the 2 prior years, but again, I could have done without. Triple H versus The Rock versus Mick Foley versus Big Show with a McMahon in each corner. I don't know. I guess it seems like they put the McMahon family ahead of the main event. And for me, if I'm to book it better, I think this Mania definitely should have just been Triple H versus The Rock. You could have played it anyway. You could have had Triple H win. That's still fine. And that actually marks the first time that Triple H, or heel rather, gets the windfall in the end of WrestleMania. So a different scenario, but overall, a lackluster WrestleMania. If you really wanted to own this on DVD, I recommend going out and getting the original release from 2000, but really just watch it on the network. But this is where we turn to you for your input. Maybe you think this card was really awesome. Maybe you really enjoyed the show. So if you do, feel free to tweet us at MO Commentary. You can leave a voicemail at 978 276 9418, or even make a video and send it to us through marksOnCommentary.com. So for Jason Smith of Marks on Commentary, you've been watching Marks on Mania.